All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we are, still on the, I think it's called the Weeping Peninsula, down to the south. But one thing I've been talking about is I need a shield. So I think before we get too much further, let's go take care of that. Now, there's a couple places to get pretty decent shields in the beginning. One is where we've already been. If you go up here, you can hopefully get somebody to give you a brass shield when they die. This is the shield I tend to use. Like in my other playthroughs, I always had one, so it's sort of weird that I don't have one now. So you can go to let's see, gate front bonfire, and see that guy right there that's highlighted. He has one. And if you want, you can farm him. That guy's got a horn, so I gotta be careful with him. I think there's... Let me see if I can get to him before he blows that horn. This guy right over here has one. But I'm not seeing shields. So you can try and farm them if you want. That guy does not. There's a couple more around here, I believe. I'm not seeing them offhand, but I'm going to show you another way to get a decent starting shield. So as I said before, like, you don't need to go to Stormvale Castle immediately. You know, it's steering you there, as you can see early on, but I recommend you go south. But if you run through here, it's not quite the castle yet. And I just wanted to point out, oh, see that guy up there? Just keep an eye on him. So what I'm going to do is make my way through here. You're going to see he's going to join the fight. And you don't have to... Whoops, I'm going to get wrecked. As I just panic roll, hoping to... Oop, he's killing some guys behind me. See if I can get back on my horse. So yeah, I'm just making a run for it. You know, you don't have to fight everybody if you don't want to. That guy had a shield that I was looking for. Now let's see if I can get out of here. There's reasons to come up here. You know, you can get a little golden seed. Let's see if he's still making a chase. I don't see him. But there's another shield up here. I'm going to go grab... this bonfire here real quick. See if I can do it before I get jumped. Nope. Okay, let's see now if I can reset everything. So yeah, what I'm trying to do is, I think it's called like the Beast Crest Shield or something. Let's up, since I'm here. What else can we do? Well, let's talk to Milena.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Earth Tree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of...
For those people completely new to the series, when you see a ghostly image like that, that's actually another player character somewhere out there in the world.
Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden
So here's some
ring.
story exposition
If the rays
telling you
of
about the
grace
castle.
signal the castle, then the Elden ring beckons you.
She's explaining that the
As
trails are
ally
pointing you
by
there.
pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring.
Okay, so that's probably all she has to say.
A demigod. If the
Yeah.
rays of then the Elden as an ally, pray to face the challenge.
So I think we're good for now. So we're trying to get to... I think it's somewhere around here. I don't know where exactly, but somewhere around here is going to be a camp, I believe. So let me just get on my horse, make sure we're heading the right direction, because I'm terrible at directions. So we want to head sort of northeast. All right. So let's see if we can piece this out. Since I'm here, I might show you something really quickly. I don't know if I'll actually do it, but sometimes you'll see if I'm in the right spot. Sometimes you'll see treasure embedded in a rock, and I'm not seeing it here. Maybe it's somewhere else. If you see treasure embedded in a rock that's not letting you grab, what you need to do is you need to get somebody like that giant to hit it for you. And I thought there was one up here I could demonstrate that on. And so basically what you have to do is you have to have him attack into the stone. And his blow, it can be that, it can be like a giant bear. A couple different things can do it. But it's just keep that in mind. If you're sitting there going like, I can't get this, treasure out of a rock. That's what you need to do. You need somebody with a pretty forceful blow to dislodge it. So let's see if I can find, it's not letting me pick up the, oh, interesting. So it forced me off my horse, which makes me wonder if I'm about to get invaded. This might go very poorly. Now, I believe this is sort of part of an NPC subquest that I'm not super familiar with. No. Now, my Uchi Katana has a long reach, but that mace swung a little faster than I was expecting. That's one of the reasons why I want to get a better shield. So as you can see, I'm not good at these games, and if I can beat them, anybody can figure out a way to do it. Now, I bet there's a way to get behind him. Whoops. When he's not setting me up like that. I was going to say, I wonder if there's a way to get behind him when he sort of locks his mace into the ground for that lava attack. Now, I didn't intend to fight him. And this is part of the issue of, I haven't been leveling up. I haven't been pumping things into vigor. So let's see where I actually... Did it show me where I died? Oh, see, okay, so I missed the mark. So for some reason, when I entered combat in with those giants, it prevented me from looking at my map, and I got off base. And so let's try this again. Let's try going down this time, since now I know the thing I was thinking of showing you isn't there. I don't even remember how many souls I lost on that run. But yeah, let's go see if we can at least straighten this out with the shield. Does that guy got a horn? No, he just got a big sword. I'm gonna actually fight this guy in the ground. Just so I can be a little more strategic. So somewhere up here I'm hoping to find a chest. Actually, let me go grab that bonfire up ahead, because I think it's pretty close to where we're trying to go. So should I screw up and die? It'll make it a little easier. That might be an NPC quest going on there. Let's go chat with him. I'm really bad about the NPC quests. I've done a few, mostly that involve the main story.
Not seen you before. Name's Bernard. Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm, despite the collapse of the Golden Order? Yes, you're a tarnished.
Again, I always answer yes.
Takes me back. That's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on to a good and proper tarnished like you.
Yeah, that's what he... So, okay, Ashes of War. So you can see, like, these are things you can often apply to certain kinds of weapons or shields. They give you little special moves, like parry. You know, this way you can apply parry to a shield that doesn't normally let you do that. No skill is interesting. It's actually a good one to have because if you have a shield that has a power, but you don't really want to use the shield's power, you want to use your weapon's power. You want to sort of turn off the left-handed shield power and use the right-handed shield weapon's power. I think it's sort of when it'll default to the shield if you have a shield. Like putting no skill on it sort of lets it bypass the shield and go to the weapon. So that's actually a pretty good one to pick up. Man, I forgot this guy was even here. I definitely talked to this guy in the PlayStation because I picked up a couple of these. Quick Step's a pretty good one. Probably in videos online, you probably saw people using Quick Step to move quickly through certain swamps and stuff that slowed you down.
There's a myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle, lost and died. A fine tale, all told of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword and the arts of combat. It grants meaning even to falling in battle, to death itself.
Okay, so I guess we're done talking. I don't know if this affects everybody, but this happens to me all the time in Bethesda games. It happens to me in the time I spent with like Breath of the Wild. Like I'm like, yeah, no, there's something I definitely want to do here, and then I fail to do it because I get too distracted, just something catches my interest out of the corner of my eye, and then I'm off and I forget the thing I was actually trying to do. And that's why I love these games.
I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance.
Plot twist.
I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost.
That's how you know it's fantasy, because they changed the order of the words around a little bit to make it seem more formal when it's just rearranged. Okay, let's see where we're trying to get to. We're here. We're trying to get further northeast, somewhere between these two columns on the artwork. Again, as I said, like if you see art on the map, it often corresponds to something, so it's worth potentially checking out. I'm going to grab that because that's what lets you do co-op. All right, so we're heading... Okay, here we go. There's this little camp here. And again, another thing I love about the open world, you get these sort of little tactical challenges. You find a little camp. Let's call in the wolves. Get some help. We've got two guys up there on the rocks. So I'm going to come up behind and see if we can get this started. I was about to say they don't have ranged weapons, but I was expecting like crossbowmen. Now, I don't know if this game has drop attacks the way earlier Souls games, if you get high and do a plunge attack. I don't know if it's got that in this. Let's see what else is in here. But again, I just love this. You don't have to solve this to beat the game. You don't have to do anything. It just gives you a chance to have a little challenge and try and tackle it. Let's see if we can kite. Get people started. Sometimes that'll trigger the wolves to do stuff. Then sometimes the wolves doing stuff, as you can see, trigger somebody else to act. Oof, see if I can get behind this guy. Ooh, what am I getting hit by? Oh, there's two there. Oh, and the dog. The dog was what was throwing me. I lost the dog amongst the wolves. Alright, now we got a one-on-one fight here, so that should be if I can get behind him. jammed up against a tree and a rock. Again, these are wolves. They have not been upgraded in any way, and they still can do a decent amount. Oops, if I'm not careful. I've heard people say that if you actually buff the wolves up, they're not bad. They can let you help you out through a decent amount of the game. So let's see what we're looking for, if it's actually here. I'm hoping I have the right camp. Salted flesh, that's like a consumable that helps you out. I don't see it here. Got the camp mostly cleared, so hopefully it's not too big a deal to polish everything off. Assuming I have the right place. There's a chest. That could be promising. Don't see anything in the tents, but let's see what's here. There we go. Beast Crest Heater Shield. Let's take a look at that. Hopefully I can still, like, fast roll. Okay, so. It's got a physical negation of 100%. That was really the main thing I was looking for. It's got a strength requirement of 10. That's pretty low. You can see, like, this turtle shell is a 14. This is an 8, but it doesn't negate 100%. So we're looking for that 100%. That's what I was really wanting to get out of a shield, and now we've got it. Let me just double check that I can still fast roll. I can. So I think we should be all set as far as shields go. So as you can see, it's a pretty easy spot to go to. You don't have to go through catacombs. You don't have to find a boss. You don't have to do anything. So you can either, again, head to the gate front and see if you can farm for the brass shield, or you can head up to that spot, get yourself the Beast Crest Heater Shield, and you're good either way. So what I'm going to do here is actually, I'm going to see if I can go retrieve my souls. So let me head back to here. Because again, I have no idea how much I lost. And right now what I'm trying to do is, you know, I've got a decent amount of equipment. So what I really want is to try and get my dexterity up as high as possible, as fast as possible, because all I'm trying to do is get to 40. Now, in past Souls game, 40 was a sort of like a soft cap. That's not true in Elden Ring. I honestly couldn't tell you what the cap is. Oops, okay, so I'm going to get invited. So let me see if I can... Okay, so it's a decent amount. I don't know what happens when you're getting invaded and the open world aspect is going on. Like, can I just run away? Because I'm a little nervous. Let's see how close he is. Because I'm not honestly looking to fight this guy. But maybe now that I've got... Boom, you see my shield's now a lot better. I didn't get knocked down. I didn't get staggered. I didn't take damage when he hit me. A lot of things going on now that I've got a 100% blocking shield. AI is smart there. Every time I see when he does plant his thing, there was a chance to get behind him. Every time I try and heal, the AI rushes me. And so... So I get the potion off, but it's not 100%. Let me see if I can... Oops. Okay, that's going to give me a chance to heal. I'm wondering if I can counter. I can, but he dodged. Okay. Oh, see, a jumping attack sort of does a shield break. Past games, you could kick. I know in Dark Souls you can kick. Let me me see if I get a shot in there. Nope. Okay. Again, I think that's part of an NPC quest, but I couldn't tell you. Gets you a talisman, which gives you extra perks. So now I think we should be able to get back on our horse and see what this is. And after I do this, then I'm going to start heading down to... okay, so here's where you can do... This might be like an arena. You can do player versus player. I never engage in that because I just can't hold a candle to real players. So let's see. We've been around here. We're going to go back to the Weeping Peninsula. And maybe, I don't know if I can do it quickly enough, but maybe I'll see if I can find where the ashes are. I don't know if they're ashes. What are they called? Yeah, the ashes are. There's a helper here that can really take you pretty far in the game. So now we've got a shield that's easy to get. If we can get these ashes, you're pretty well set up to definitely run this island into the ground. And also, I think we're trying to get somewhere around here. But yeah, if you can get, like, if you're going with a shield, if you can get this beast shield, if you can get the ashes I'm trying to go for here, you're in really good shape. Oh, got a ways to go. There is, I think, a cave somewhere around here, but we're going to skip it for now because we're trying to get somewhere specific. Now, honestly, I don't remember what you need to do to get these ashes. Just give me that little symbol there on the side, so it means I can summon. Okay, we're not quite there yet. I was wondering why could we summon? It's because there's ruins. So there's probably a passage below those ruins that can help you get something interesting. Let's see how we're doing. Oops. Okay, let's start heading south. Now, I know I'm doing shortcuts and stuff like that. I may have said this before. I'm the type of person that I sort of get compulsive about, like, sort of exploring every inch of something. And that's, partly how I found a lot of this. I will say, like, they're even trying to be as thorough as I can. I missed a ton of stuff in my PlayStation 5 playthrough, and then I confess at the end, I was like, okay, I know DLC is coming at some point. Instead of starting a New Game Plus, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mop up everything on my regular playthrough so that when the DLC drops, I'll be ready to go. And so I don't know if that's a little cheap or a little overpowering, but that's definitely what I did. Yeah, I might have this wrong, and maybe I'll just say, hey, we got the shield in this run. That's a good run. Because I thought it was somewhere around here, and I don't want to make you sit around watching me flail. And also, I'm not going to, pause the game and then go Google it, because anybody could do that. I'm just trying to see if I can remember. Maybe it's up higher. But, just, again, it's worth it to just go everywhere you can go on these maps. Really, exploit with a double jump, figure out, here we go. So it is, you can see, it was going up this hill a little bit and then coming around. So maybe this is it. So I think this is going to be, let's take a look. There's two types of sort of dungeons. There's catacombs. This is Tomb's word, catacomb. And this might go horribly. And there's also caves. So I'm going to rest here. And if you play Bloodborne, so one of the nice things about Elden Ring is that it's sort of a culmination of all of the best ideas from all the past games. Let's see if I can open this. This is a twofer, I think. I don't know if I have two. Oh, only one. Okay, let's see what's back here. Cookbook. Get some crafting recipes. Actually don't need to fight these two, but now I need to make sure I hit that one before he completely gets up. Okay. I wonder if actually I can level up. Let me just, I don't want to, 3,000 doesn't seem like a lot in these games, but at this point. So again, I'm just trying to pump this up to 40 as fast as possible while the levels are cheap. And then I'll start worrying about vigor, endurance. Because I think I'm doing okay for the most part. I'm not dying a ton, so I feel like I can. Anyway, so what I was saying, Bloodborne had sort of these, procedurally generated dungeons that I thought were interesting, but not incredibly fun sometimes. And they sort of decided, the idea wasn't a bad one, but maybe the procedural generation wasn't necessarily intrinsic to the idea. So they put these catacombs in here. And what they are is they're little like puzzle levels. And, we start just up those stairs and our end goal is behind this door. But in order to open that door, you then have to explore. Just like in like a D&D kind of game, I think if I had a blunt weapon, it might be a little more effective. I'm going to show you. Having a bleed weapon doesn't mean anything, obviously, against undead. But you can pick up these grave gloveworts, and there's ghost gloveworts. And these flowers are the materials you need to upgrade your ghost ashes, like the wolves. So what I'm trying to do is, if you see that statue up ahead, that's probably where the lever is to open up the doors. Now the question is just, how do we get there? Figure this guy's gonna stand up. Again, it might look like I'm button mashing. To some degree maybe. But what I'm really doing is making sure, and I'm not like actively watching my stamina bar, it's just sort of a feel for it since I've been doing this for a little bit. I know I can get like 4 or 5 good swings in and still have some stamina left to take the hit with my shield. Again, shield blocks 100% of the damage, so that's great. Now the trick is, I guess I did hit him. Now can I hit him? There we go. Again, you want to collect these flowers because they're going to let you upgrade different ashes that help you out. Later on in the game, there's a talisman that lets you get health back when you backstab. There's another one that lets you get magic points back. I live by those things. For just like exploration, because like whenever you get low on health, just start targeting backstabs and you're good to go. Now I'm hearing noises. I'm just not sure where they're coming from. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that I don't know how fast your stamina goes up when your shield is up. So sometimes you'll see me in the middle of a fight. I'll actually sort of circle when I'm not trying to actively block. I drop my shield because get your stamina up quicker. I don't know if this flower's anything. So these things, I'll show you. You trigger them by hitting them. You can shoot them with a bow. You can, whatever you want. That's how you can sort of turn them off. But the thing to remember is sometimes you can hop on them and get up somewhere. So don't forget to always check up. So again, and the thing is, like, what's really great about them deciding to go with more, like, bespoke catacombs is they can be clever. Like, they're not just, they don't, not to take anything away from, you know, procedural generation. Like, I know the Diablo games do it pretty well and stuff, but there is something to, you know, like a well-crafted puzzle experience. And I think, you know, the catacombs in this game benefit. There we go. That's, you know, I was mentioning there's a statue we're looking for. That's the statue. So in this case, the answer to the dungeon was to go up. Not that I'm going to skip the exploration for the rest of it. I'll go back down and figure it out, but so just make sure I don't drop down where I could actually just kill myself. I think I came from the direction, so let's see what's here. This might be okay. So again, like, you know, players sort of can give you a hand. Their blood stains can give you a hand. I'm not. That doesn't help as much, but I have a feeling like all of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back and see if I can get him with the flame. Helps if I don't miss, but. So I don't know how many were actually down there, but maybe that got a couple of them. And I'm going to turn it off because I'm looking to head back. So, like a lot of catacombs, you just make your way back to the beginning. Now, the great thing about like a light weapon like the Uchigatana is that you can feel like you're just spamming the attack and it doesn't blow. Oops, too much of your stamina. Because again, I have not put any points into that. So I think I'm down a couple of potions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back. I'm going to rest. And because the bonfire is always almost a straight shot to the boss of the catacombs, you know, you don't have to really spend too much effort to. Let me see if I can also raise a level again, just because, you know, that way I'm not sitting on a bunch of souls should I die in this boss. So again, pumping up my dexterity, that's going to increase the amount of damage I do with my Uchigatana. I have no idea what this boss is. I might be terrible at it. It might go horribly wrong. Sometimes you have to activate that to allow summoning, but maybe we don't need to. The gold fog tells you there's something behind there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep. Basically, I'm just going to get my ashes ready. So as soon as I walk in, I pop the ashes. Hold down on the D-pad to reset to the top. I'm going to reset my... Oops. That's no good. Okay, so it didn't kill me. And so now I got my ashes going, and I've got... Love to make short work of this. Gotta be careful, though. Alright. There you go. Lutel the Headless. Those are the ashes you want. You get that going, you are in good shape. I believe it's actually a she. I'm not 100% sure about that. Ooh. Okay, so you see the FP cost is red at 104. That's a problem. My FP cost for the wolves is 55, so now I need to know... Let me see. 82. So maybe the next couple levels I need to pump into whatever jacks up my FP. I think it's intelligence. I don't know offhand. But usually when you defeat a boss, there'll be like a little... It doesn't matter too much in this case. There's like a little blue light. Also make sure you like loot anything. I didn't even look. I think I'm good on that front. But there's usually a little light. Turns you to the entrance, which is basically the starting bonfire. And so you don't have to... It's usually not too far of a run, but that makes it so you don't have to do it at all. Oh no, I guess it puts you literally at the door. But I'm going to run down and take a look. Hopefully that gave me enough XP to level up. So intelligence, I'm looking to increase FP. Faith, arcane, no. Mind? Mind. Okay, so I need to get that. Oof. Okay, this is going to be slow. I need to get that up to 105 or so. So I can use those ashes. Now, as a guy who never plays a magic build, usually I don't go too much beyond what I need to. There's a couple other ashes that are really useful late in game. They probably take more, but that's usually, because of the builds I run, that's usually as much as I cap. I usually, get exactly what I need to cast the ashes I want to use and no more. So, let's see. Did I still... Okay, no, I put the wolves back. All right. So, before I go, I'll wrap this one up. I will just check to see what the statue's pointing to. Because remember, sometimes these statues, if you go activate them, I have a feeling that statue's pointing you towards where we just came from. If it'll even let me do it now that I've found it. But yeah, you can sort of see it's like sort of looking right where we just came from. And usually, if you see these out in the world, they are trying to point you towards something to go discover. But yeah, so with that, I'm going to stop for now. So, again, we've got a pretty good starting setup now. I would feel comfortable going after this whole peninsula now. Like clearing bosses, clearing... some caves are tougher than others or whatever. But I feel like now, I've got a shield that blocks 100%. I can start leveling up to get those ashes that can really, when sort of buffed up, carry you pretty late in the game if you want. And yeah, so this is a good starting point for your Elden Ring run if you're going with some kind of melee build. And we'll stop there. So I'll keep doing these because I have fun, and I will talk to you again next time.